Erik who's coming in this summer. He's the Ajax manager on course to win the Eredivisie again. He took Ajax to the semi-finals of the Champions League a few years ago, but he hasn't had a lot of experience, Robbie Mustoe, in terms of managing big clubs. So this summer, when he walks in, June the 1st, first meeting, round table, John Murta and whoever else, what is the first thing he's got to do? He's got to figure out recruitment. He's got to assess this squad, which he'll be doing from now, I guess, in his spare time around his Ajax job. But he's got to assess the squad, who he thinks is going to stay, who he thinks can go. That's not easy, by the way, to try and get rid of some players. There's going to be some that end a contract. I don't think he's going to fight for Paul Pogba to stay, for example. There's a few others that will leave the football club. But these windows are valuable, these transfer windows, and he needs them. The club needs them. Everybody at this club needs... They need to see some new faces, Rebecca. And I'm sure the whole department of recruitment and who's doing what and what power, what say have I got, and John Murta and everybody else, that's the #1 job that he's got to figure out. How do we make this squad better, you know, or more suited to me, ready for the season? And then, of course, it's planning pre-season. We know he's a massive planner. But the first thing that's first is trying to figure out what his squad is going to look like. But it's such a big job. There's no way he just starts on June 1st. I mean, he's starting now, isn't he?
Well, he's starting now, Rebecca, and I think when you talk about the recruiting process of getting him through the door, it wasn't just, well, here are my tactics. Do you like me as manager? He would have asked questions of the club. How much money do I have to spend? These are the type of players that I like. I mean, these conversations and the interview process is very, very extensive. So, yes, this would have happened prior. Yeah, he's got one eye on the Eredivisie, but he also, of course, is molding his team for what it's going to look like. And look, I think, you know, the head of scouting, global recruiting, they've stepped down. People need to get out of his way. He's a really good manager. The way that he plays was a 4-2-3-1 system. The fans will like the attacking style and get behind him. But in terms of his recruitment and the players that he wants to bring through the door, people who are not making football decisions need to get out of his way. Allow him. Well, I don't know. They haven't. See, that's the concern as well. Yes. How much say is he going to have on that team? Yeah. Whether they will get out of the way, because I don't think they will get out of the way. Well, they haven't. I think the club will want to make sure that the players being signed are going to fit the club as well as the new manager. Because it's not just about the manager. It is about the people around him and the people above him. Do you have faith that the club will allow him to do what he needs to do? No, not at the moment, Rebecca. They haven't shown that since Alex Ferguson stepped away. They haven't shown the ability to get out of the way. We're looking at a brilliant example of that today with Mikel Arteta. Get rid of all the scouts. Him and Edu make the decisions. They go to the Kroenke family. They get the money they need, and then they buy their players. That's how I think it should be done. Man United hasn't shown the capability of doing that. I hope they do give this man some time. Does he keep Ronaldo? I think he keeps Ronaldo. I mean, there's no question he's not an ideal profile for what he likes, with everybody working without the ball and the press and the counter-pressing. We know that. But, I mean, the goals that he's brought in, Rebecca, you know, there's one more year on his contract, I think. You know, transition, maybe after that extra year, he might leave. OK. Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch highlights all season long, and be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend at 7 a.m. Eastern. And for even more content, head over to Peacock, where we've got live games, original series and a dedicated round-the-clock Premier League channel featuring studio shows, classic matches and much more.